Hey guys, it's Presto here. I thought I would share with you my favourite game from the GiantSlayer event last week. The game turns out to be both players top decking extremely well for the last 3 turns, ending in a complete nail-biter. And it really could have gone either way. But both of us played really well, and I think you'd enjoy watching the video. So enjoy.
Powerful list. Presto, of course, we saw on his player card much earlier, we showed that a couple times that he is going to be playing. It is his favorite deck, but it looks like, no, we don't need to bring up the deck list because we're going to see it now. It looks like they are ready to go. We're going to jump into that game, and Presto going to be running the Karma Ez going up against Cephalopod here. Scouts does have game against against the Karma Ezreal. They can go very, very fast. And Karma Ez, if they don't have enough answers, they can get steamrolled. But right now, looking at Presto's hand, he's got a lot of juice.
Mm-hmm. He sure does. A lot of juice here, but a little bit of damage coming through. But, you know, we see removal spell, 3/3/2, which is effectively a removal spell, and 2 Will of Ionia. So even if Cephalopod can set up an opportunity to flip a champion, Presto's going to be able to reset that real quick.
Yeah, one great thing for Cephalopod is all of the units he's playing are spawning 2 units. And Presto only has this single target removal available to him. So slowly Cephalopod will actually start to develop a board. It will actually start to appear, but so far Presto has had plenty of answers and he has dealt with a lot of the threats very quickly. But Presto's used a lot of cards. A lot of cards have already been played.
Yeah, we talked about in most matchups, if the control deck can just 1-for-1 against an aggro deck, it's usually pretty good. But when that aggro deck is playing a bunch of cards that spawn additional units, 1-for-1ing all of a sudden looks a lot worse. But Presto, he hasn't run out of gas yet. And we can see again 2 concerted strikes in Cephalopod's hand. Those are just not the cards that he wants to see at this point in the game.
Yeah, concerted strike. You know, we talked about this kind of at the top of the first match. We saw Cephalopod playing Scouts and how it wasn't something we normally saw in Scouts, but we were kind of liking it as a removal option. The alternative being not to run removal, and the more we keep seeing Cephalopod draw double concerted strike, the more I'm liking the idea of just not playing removal in the Scouts deck and just having more units to play onto the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that was the build that I played to Masters last season, and it tended to work. But I do understand and appreciate the want for concerted strike, because it is a bit of a hedge, like we talked about before, against, you know, the unknown in a lot of ways. So I don't hate it at all. And just the raw Ezreal coming out for Presto, knowing there's really, for the most part, not a lot of answers for this Ezreal in the Scouts deck, but concerted strike may come out.
Yeah, and this is going to be a 4/4 sparring student on this turn, unless it's a concerted strike play. But if we're looking at Bright Steel Protector, yeah, there it is. 4/4 with a barrier and Scout. Okay. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you take that. Get some good attacks in. I mean, attacks look pretty strong. Presto's going to have to do something. Of course, like we mentioned before, good old Sir William can come out and negate the buffs as well as the Scout, as well as the barrier on that student. So,
yeah, I actually think this is a pretty high value Will of Ionia. I think it's reasonable to go for it. He might wait for the attack to be declared, but looking at this, like, he's got 2 wills. His will target is what, Genevieve or Quinn, but even then, both of them give buffs when they come onto the board, so they're not like your favorite will targets.
Right.
You're getting rid of a lot of buffs. You're putting a 1-drop back in the hand, which is very negligible, but I don't know. I kind of like the will here. I think it's pretty reasonable to go for it as just an Ezreal ping.
Yeah, it's an Ezreal tick. I think, the way that Cephalopod attacked, I think sort of makes you think that there is a rally in hand, which of course we know there is. But so I think Presto is figuring out what is the best way for me to block so that I don't get blown out by rally. This is what he comes up with. Doesn't need to use the Will of Ionia. And I mean, rally is going to be pretty good here. It's going to get a good chunk of damage in. Will of Ionia could come out, or it could be, Will is going to be pretty good. Let's get to replay the student at least.
Yep, can play the student if he wants. His attacks on this rally are pretty abysmal, but he can still push 3 damage with the sparring student coming down if he wants to play it. Looks like he is going to bank that mana instead, however. Oh no, he still had the scout attack. Okay,
yeah. He opened with the regular attack, then
you're right.
And scout attack.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget about those ones, but of course.
Yep. All right. Concerted Strike coming out, and as we saw, well, actually, Will of Ionia. He's gonna have to Will of Ionia and get excited to save the Ezreal here.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that feels really bad because now whatever units Cephalopod has to start to refill are pretty tough to deal with. You're not going to have any cards on the side of Presto.
Is this even good?
I think he has to. Because if you look at his hand, like, without this Ezreal on board, his hand is not good anyway, right? Like, he has to keep the Ezreal alive. And you see Cephalopod laughing at his sparring student eating 2 Will of Ionia.
Right. I mean, what is this? I feel like if you're Ceph, you got to be happy about that. What does Presto even do now?
Well, Presto is in a very rough spot, and now for Cephalopod, he even has Hired Gun.
Oh, yeah,
he can get the Hired Gun vulnerable onto the Ezreal.
I was wondering why he played that out, but he didn't have Presto didn't actually have mana for the Mystic Shot, so that makes sense. Yeah, Hired Gun can come out. I feel like you have to open with Hired Gun, right? Because if anything
Presto has a
played,
unit. Yeah, you don't want to be leaving this Ezreal on board. I think I prefer the Hired Gun open here, but Cephalopod goes for the Grizzled Ranger instead, which, it dies to this Static Shock, so the Scout goes away, but it buffs up the Sparring Student yet again. The Sparring Student's insane!
Yeah.
Look at it go!
Ezreal's getting leveled here.
What a pull from an Island Navigator. This Sparring Student has dealt 4 damage to face, has eaten 2 Will of Ionias, and is now a 4-3 on board, threatening Presto.
But the gotcha is going to save the Ezreal. Oh, wait, no. He has to use the gotcha beforehand so he doesn't die. He has to use this Sparring Student has eaten 12 mana worth of spells, and it was a free unit generated off of the island. Wait, is this just game?
Does he have it with the chef?
No, he only has 6. He has 6 here.
But he kills Ezreal.
Oh, Ezreal's dead, but he only has 6 damage. So Presto is at 1 with no board, 2 cards in hand, one of which is a Puff Cap.
And Cephalopod has Concerted Strike. He can answer the Ezreal if Presto went for an all-in. If Presto saved Ezreal and went for an all-in, Cephalopod still has this Concerted Strike on the back foot. Cephalopod, I think he's going to do it. I think he's made the run all the way back through, losing in the first round, and he's going to get his rematch.
Insane. One thing I want to... Although, Deep Meditation...
Unless...
Okay, another rebuy. More rebuys.
Unless...
Another Deep Meditation.
Oh my god!
Wait,
that draw! No way! Double Concussive Bomb, that saves him!
Wow.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh. Cephalopod fans are screaming right now.
No way.
But
The miracle draws from Presto, that saves him even after Petty Officer, I think.
well, I think so too, because of the Eye of the Dragon. I think. Because he can kill one of the palm units. Okay, now it's gonna be moot because both palms come out.
I'm thinking, like, if there's merit to play the Petty here, but I think Ceph pretty much only loses to double palm. I think that's like the only set of cards that beats him.
Right.
And so this makes sense from Cephalopod to go for the open attack.
Is there a 1-cost unit that deals 2 damage somehow, like automatically? Oh, that certainly is not it.
There is Saboteur would do 1, but that's not 2.
And
1 is not 2.
Another deep meditation drawn from Presto.
Oh my, he's finding all the card draw, but Cephalopod is wide now. He has a big board, he's got some scouts. He has the Concerted, though, can come out, but can the Deep Med find Deny?
Can it find Deny? Can it find Twin Disciplines?
It's a 1 of Deny. He's drawn a lot of spells, though.
He's gonna draw 4 cards here. Twin Disciplines. Well, the thing is that it's gonna depend. Holy crap.
I mean, like you said, it's 4 cards. Like, he should find Deny. He's already drawn so many spells.
Another.
It is a 1 of, but there it is. He finds it.
And a Will of Ionic. Oh my. Is that just
And he's got damage.
3, 6,
it's 10.
7,
it's
8,
10.
9, 10. The question is, oh man, this is so crazy. What is this game, Casa?
I can't believe it. I think Presto might have stabilized. I think he might have stabilized. He has the Deny available for the Concerted. He can save his Karma, and then he can double up these Mystic Shots to help clear. He can clear Quinn with doubled up Mystic Shot. He can clear more units with this.
Well, if he goes for double Mystic Shot on Quinn, it doesn't actually kill the Quinn because Radiant Strike can save it. Looks like he's going to just Mystic Shot.
Wait! Ceph can save this! Ceph can Radiant Strike! Not going for the Deny! Might have lost Presto the game!
Wow.
Presto might have lost the Radiant Strike! The 1-mana trick!
Wow.
No way!
We were talking about small advantages making the biggest difference, and this might be it. It's gonna. Oh man, Hired Gun doesn't do anything here.
It's still good because you can play the Valor attack and then Hired Gun to refill the board spot. It's actually quite a good draw. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, obviously we want Jenny here, but you know, we'll take this. This might be okay.
Wow.
Cephalopod going through every single card played this game, trying to figure out how he can win this. Can he go for the all-in? Pulling Lifesteal to one side.
That does 11. Can block 9. So this is certainly, I would say, a little bit greedy, potentially. This loses to, I think, it not loses, but it doesn't win any. Yeah, I think Seth just wanted to visualize, hey, if I do this attack, how many removal spells does he need to survive here?
Okay, so this is the line with Hired Gun then. This is the scout attack. Oh no. I don't know if he wanted that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know that it makes a ton of difference. but it certainly might have. So, Valor.
This is such a tight spot. This is so... I can see the stress on his face. He's trying to make every right decision.
Is there ever a world where you pull the Eye of the Dragon with a buff,
with the war chefs?
With a buffed, a buffed Valor.
It could be reasonable, but I think that Ceph is still like trying to go for the lethal here, I think is his idea.
Mm-hmm.
But Ceph, I think he realizes that he made a mistake, and he knows that he doesn't win this turn. And I think you can see the worry on his face of, by not winning this turn, is that going to result in an overall loss?
Well, the good news for Ceph is that as the dust settles, opponent is at 3, you're ahead on board. You've got more stuff to play. Granted, one of those units is a 0-3.
Presto going to be on 0 cards if he plays this. Okay, he goes for the pass. I mean, you can feel the tension. Karma off the top. But Big Sith picked up by Cephalopod.
Yeah, but guess what kills Big Sith? A Karma'd Get Excited.
It does. And that will spawn an Eye of the Dragon. A Dragonling.
Which is huge.
But Cephalopod knows that this is no cards for Presto. This is 0 cards for Presto. Losing Big Sith is definitely unfortunate.
Glasses off Cephalopod is a version we rarely see. And I think it's only for crunch time.
Can he even go wide enough here? He can. No, not with the Dragonling. He can't go wide enough.
Unless he can spawn a random 1-drop. Okay.
Wait, that might find it. That can find it, but that is... Oh, it's going to be some RNG fiesta here for Presto. He picks up the second Karma.
Oh, boy. So, we can see... the riposte on the 0-3 could do it.
It's going to come down to what the draws are.
Anything.
Get Excited doesn't answer riposte, though. Riposte will do it.
Double Get Excited.
Oh,
it's double
right.
Get Excited.
It's double. No, you're so right. Double Get Excited will get through it.
It's double Get Excited because of Karma Omega lol. Wow.
Oh my god.
The Jinx emote is exactly how we feel as well, as I think, and I don't think that the meme is going to help him here. It is not looking good for Cephalopod here.
Because now there's the unlicensed innovation from Presto.
Yeah, open attack.
Gonna spawn 2 5/5s, threatening lethal on the open.
Wow.
And I think Presto has found the win. Oh my god, we thought that Cephalopod had done it, making the run all the way back from the loser's bracket. I am so impressed with Cephalopod's play today and how amazing he did on that run. But Presto, the terror from the UK.
Wow.
The brutal Brit taking down Cephalopod in the loser's bracket final, and now Presto has a shot to take on Winding God to try and claim the title of the first champion of Fight Night Legends.